Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Isabella Anwan. I am a product specialist and a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time of watching any of my videos or you're just here to subscribe to my channel, what you waiting for? Please go ahead, hit on the red subscribe button. Thereafter, click on the notification bell just beside the red subscribe button so that you can be among the first to get notifications of my videos whenever I drop them. Plus,
drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot.
Now today I want to talk about my payday routine. How do I budget my money so I never ever run out of cash to do basic things? And that is not because I earn so much, but that is because I am able to allocate the money I earn to the things that matters to me. Now, I know that I've done a video on budgeting, that this is how I would budget myself if I was earning a certain amount of money. And this is how I would spend on certain things based on my personality, based on what matters to me. The slogan for my payday routine is, the fact that I told you that I don't have money doesn't mean that I don't have money to live my normal life and satisfy my usual cravings. Anyway, I'm going to take you along with me to show you how I actually plan my earnings and just make sure that I have money to do the things that I want to do. One of the most important things, and I will create a video about this later on, is ability to separate your money. The way I separate my money is by having different bank accounts, and different bank accounts based on their unique scenario have different purposes. For example, I have a bank account that have like a dollar card, has like a MasterCard, a card that is accepted almost everywhere. Trust me, that bank account would definitely be my spending account because that is the card I would put in different places and I'm sure that the transactions will go through. Anyway, this video is not for my bank account, it's my different bank accounts. I'm actually going to dedicate a different video to that. One thing I have to let you know is that if you don't plan your money will either plan you or plan itself. Your bank statement is the best person to tell you the kind of person you are and how to budget your money. So I would always recommend that before you start this, really study like 3 months of your bank statement and understand the way you spend your money before you start this budgeting process. Also, note that the ability to automate a lot of spending is something that would also help you to stick to budget. 4, you need to find a routine to actually fill up your payday routine. Never ever leave your template, because I'm going to actually take you through the template. Never ever leave your template till the last day. Try to fill it up maybe every fortnight, every weekend, maybe every night before you go to bed, so that it would be easier. I just spend like 10 to 15 minutes max filling up your template based on what you have spent money for that day. So please try to fill it up, and then whatever it says, try to stick to it. Don't try to make yourself sound worse than you are or better than you are. I think at this point I have given enough tips. Let us now dive into the template, and then I will show you how I budget my money. Welcome to my financial planner. The first sheet you see here titled Accounts is just a summary of the different bank accounts I own and what their purpose are. I have actually mentioned that I would do a separate video for this, and if you want me to do that video, please comment down, put it down in the comment section that you want to know how I split my finances. Anywho, let's go and see what our financial tracker looks like for me. Because I do not want to mess this up, I am going to duplicate this Meh sheet and then work with a copy of Meh instead of the Meh sheet itself. Now, if you go through this financial tracker, you will see that it has various sections, and each of this section, I'm going to go through it one after the other to tell you what it means. The first section that you see here is the overview section. This is the financial overview. It carries the months that we are tracking. So I can literally say, since this is a copycat, this is not my real This is not my real financial tracker. And then when you now come to the numbers, we have maybe the things I want to call out is I have the income and the loan. These two are actually inflows, while the other 5 are outflows. However, the first 3, income, loan, and savings/investment, the goal is to have the actual higher than the budgeted, or at least equal to the budgeted. While for subscription, tithe, expenses, and black tax, the goal is to have the budgeted either higher or equal to what I actually spend. Now, just to explain, income is the money that I earn from my different sources of income. Loan is the money I borrow people. When they pay back the money, I actually record that they have paid back. So if I have ever borrowed you money, know that you have entered my loan books. Jokes. For savings, this is the money that I set aside for either saving purposes or to invest, to put into something, to buy like a real asset or anything. Subscriptions, these are like statutory constant deductions from my salary or from my earnings to pay for things like Netflix, storage space, and all of that. Then I have my tithe, which is always 10% of my income. I have my expenses, every other things here and there. Then I have black tax. While if we go to the second section, the top of it is how much do I have left to spend, and the goal is to actually have this bar in green. So this bar is formatted in such a way that when you take the number up, it would turn green, and when you take when the number goes down, it will turn red. I will show you how that works in a bit. Well, just like I mentioned, my inflows and my outflows. So I call this inflow and outflow, but savings we know is under outflows. However, the goal for savings is to have the light purple bar higher than the deep blue. Well, for this, we want the green light bar to be lower than the blue bar. This two graph just compares what I plan to do and what I actually did to see if I'm on track or I am off track, and then also to see if I still have money left to spend. That's it. The next section talks about my income and where did it go to. So how much have I made for this particular month and where did I spend my money? So what you're supposed to have on this graph is a pie chart, and when I start populating the graph, you would see the pie chart come up. So the pie chart has the different expenses with the percentage that I spend on each of the expense, while the number here too goes up or goes green or yellow or red based on how much I earn in a particular month. So if I have a target to earn 500k and I did not end up to 500k, the color would change based on that. So I can actually set the color here based on the number that is inside here. Now the last column here is for savings and investments. I also really want to track my savings and investment because it is very important to me. So I can also customize the color for the savings and investment amount to change based on the criteria. So if you're someone who earns 500k, you can say if I earn less than 500k, be red. If I earn more than 500k, be green. If I earn like 400, so you can just give it different colors, and I'll show you how that works. So now let's take it one after the other. The goal is to make this video as short and interesting as possible. So now when you come to income, I've listed the various sources of income you can think about, and based on your personality or based on how your life is, you can add or subtract to this list. So my 9-to-5 job, let's say my payday for May would be May 27th, for example, and I'm expecting to earn, let's say, for example, 350,000. But luckily, I did overtime and ended up earning 365,000. So meaning I made extra 15,000. That number that I just imputed here came into my summary sheet, and then you can see it here. Basically, the light purple, you can also format the color. The light purple here is higher than the dark blue, which is what I actually want for this sheet. Well, for this sheet, I want the royal blue to be higher than the green. So you see how that works. You can also do that for like other jobs. Let's say my lecturing job on the 30th of May, I was expecting to get 50,000, but I got 70,000. Is that 70? Yep. So I made extra 20k. You see, this number goes up for my total expenses, and this is what you see here. And because I have some income here, the money left to spend is now 435, and it has turned green. That's it for income. Let's talk about expenses. Let's start with subscription, because this one's a bit fixed. We already know that these are all the subscription. Service charge could be any thing that I pay. I don't know anything. I just added some things here. So let's say I decided to take out my card from Prime Video, so I did not pay anything from Prime Video. But for Netflix, sadly, for example, Netflix have increased to 4,200. So meaning I spend more 600 naira than what I planned, and my Netflix subscription day is on the feed. Then for Showmax, let's say Showmax, I paid the same 3,200, and subscription date is on the 17th, for example. So you can see here that I made, because I have taken out my card from Prime Videos, I saved 2,300, but Netflix have increased their money. This is a hypothetical scenario. It means I spent extra 600. So I can make accounts for every 500, even 100 naira that I spend. And then if you come to subscription, you would see the subscription value changing at this point. So the goal here is to have my budget higher than my actual spend. So this one, let's say I still had this editing app I didn't have to pay, and then I paid for this, for example. So this is what it looks like, and this looks good. Let's go to black tax. Now on black tax, let's say I plan to send 100k to my parents, and then this looks like a lot. I plan to send 50k to my parents, and then my brother or my siblings, and then for my siblings I plan to maybe spend 20k on them. But for my parents, because of how things went, I ended up spending 70k on them, and then I ended up spending 15k on my siblings. So I spent extra 15k, and more than what I budgeted. So if you come to black tax, you would see that the green here is higher than the blue, which is bad compared to subscription. So it goes on and on and on that way. Now let's talk about debt. So if I have another sheet where I hold the entire amount that people are owing me. I actually hid the sheet from this column. It's one of the sheets here. I would show you, even the guide is also a sheet here, which is hidden, but let's not talk about that. Let's say I'm expecting Grace, and what name should I use? I'm trying to use a name that is not common. So I was planning that Grace will pay me back my 20k, and then Jude would pay me back the 50k I borrowed him. However, Jude did not only pay back 50k, he added 2k as a thank you for borrowing me money, and Grace was only able to pay me 5k. So you see, I budgeted that I was going to get 70k of my money back, but I was only able to get 57k. And you can see it under loans. The budget is higher than the actual. This is not what we want, so you see it coming here. I don't know if this makes sense. Now, let's talk about savings and investment before we go there. It's the same thing. So I have different types of savings. I have my monthly savings, which is like a statutory deduction. That one, the possibility that it would change is very small. Now, house money is basically how I calculate my house money is whatever my monthly rent is. So we pay rent annually in Nigeria. Whatever my monthly rent, so my annual rent divided by 12, I actually take times 15 instead of by 12. So I try to have up to 15 months rent at the end of 12 months, so that in case the landlord wants to do school, I have like money to fall back for a bit to get agency fee and the rest. So let's say I was only able to save 30k this month. So you can also see how it goes. It's a negative because I did not save as much as I wanted. Emergency fund could be in or out depending on if I have actually reached my target of 6 months. So if I'm actually still saving from my emergency fund to get my 6 months spending emergency fund, and I'll show you how that is calculated. Let's say I'm budgeting 50. I'll come back to this, but let's say my budget is 50k and I was able to drop 50k. And then for vacation, because I didn't have plenty money, I dropped only 50k too. That's basically how it works. So I saved less than I actually budgeted for. Now let's go to one of the parts that makes it more interesting. My transaction tracker. So for this expense side, I do not feel the expense side. All I have to do is come to the transaction tracker and it would populate directly. So whatever I put in my subscription would appear here directly. Whatever I put in my savings and investments would appear here, same with black tax. However, for the other things, I have to populate it. So let's say I went to spa and did grocery. You would see the 25k appear here. Then maybe on the 10th, my electricity finished and I did 5k for electricity. You would see the 5k appear here. Let's say on the 2nd, I paid transport to work and I used both. Let's see, it was one way. Transport, where are you? So I put to work for my house. So I like to put these descriptions. Then let's see, as I was scrolling through internet on the foot of me, I saw this nice quote from nice clothes from Thrift and Fabulous, and I bought clothes worth 12k. Where is the clothing from Thrift and Fabulous on Instagram? So you would see as I am inputting all of this, it's coming up basically. And then all of these things you see on the actual column would show here. So you could see that my savings and investments is like the highest thing I spend my money on. So let's say I now went on a vacation on the 18th, for example. On the 18th, I went for vacation and I spent 100k. Yes, vacations are that expensive. Let's say I went to IITA Ibadan, for example. You would see vacation having like 23% and savings 42%. And then as I am imputing those numbers, it is automatically getting filled up in this space. Because these are hypothetical numbers, you would see some numbers looking higher than what I planned. Let's say for tithes, what I actually planned for tithes would be, what I would pay for tithes would be 10% of whatever is here. So I actually initially planned to pay tithe of, oh my god, did I just say times 10? 10% of whatever is here. Well, what I had planned to spend is 10% of whatever I have here. So yeah, I paid more tithes than I planned to. Basically, that's it. So that's how it works. So for things like tithes, as I pay them, then miscellaneous could be things like, oh, I went to church on Sunday. That was like May 3rd. I went to church on Sunday, paid transport, put offering, and everything was like 3,000. I can put that under miscellaneous. And what was it? Sunday service. I can just put it that way. And then you would see it populating. The more I put, the more you see this circle populate. Remember I told you this circle would come up. And then when I come here, you see how much of my money is left to spend. I can make it such a way that once it gets to 25, once it gets to 20, you would see it turn yellow. Let me show you how that works. Let me just put more things somewhere. Let's put 5,300. Let's say I went to cinema on the 7th. I spent 5,300. I'm going to put that under. So let me put this under like phone bills. Where is phone bills? Yeah. So I bought data and airtime for this amount. And then this goes to 20. You see it turn yellow. Basically, that's just what I wanted to show you, that this can turn yellow based on the formatting. And the guide for this template actually has the formatting you need to see. So yeah, so I come here. Once I see that I am in yellow, it means I need to start cutting down on my spending. Once you see that I am not making so much money, that I am in yellow, I'm not in green, I need to start looking for how to put more effort and make more money. Once I come here to see that I am in red or something, I just plan my day according to the colors here. And then sometimes if I see that the money here is in yellow, I start looking at this point to see where have I spent unnecessary money on. So I would look at things like orange. Okay, orange is fine. Maybe could it be clothing? This clothing is what is the problem, so I'm not going to buy clothes the next month. So that's how I plan and track my finances, and I know exactly what I spend my money on. If this video gets up to 100 views, I'm going to give you this free template. Or if you guys can comment enough on this video and ask me to drop the template, and it touched me in my heart to give you this template, I will drop the template. But I have this template with a guide on how to use it, the things you can change, and all of that. I have it, and I can give it to you for free. That's it. Tell me if you enjoy this tracker, or if you have another tracker, you have something else that maybe is missing in this tracker that you would want me to add. Or if you have any question, for example, someone might ask, I pay for my gym. Gym would go under subscription. Or you can either decide to put your gym membership under subscription or under expenses and put it under health. You can do it the way you want. So if you think gym is just something you spend on, or it's something that directly relates to your health, put it the way you want. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this financial tracker was easy for you to understand, and that you are actually going to consider using financial tracker to really understand where you spend your money and plan how to spend your money better so that you never ever run out of money. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Till I see you on another personal finance video on Adulting with Bella. Bye for now.